Okay, good evening, guys. So today we did like 3 trade on the gold in the morning. We did about 582. First trade 42, and second trade was 373 and 208. The third one. So and I draw 282. Now for Forex account. So far this month we did about 12,492. Our target is 500, and we still have like another 8 days to make our target for 15 grand. For Forex market, we did about 20,000 this month, and it was okay. So far it's good. So what I'm trying to focus to take OCN buy or dollar yen buy. Like we've been buying dollar yen all day today, and OCN also we've been buying OCN. Any pullback you buy the dip. So pound yen also, it was good, buying every dip, and dollar yen buying every dip. So this is the 4 pair we've been focused today, and I'm planning also to trade those pair as long as this dollar is strong, Aussie is strong, yen is weak. So and so far, so YM we have a sell signal today. It came around here. S&P 500 was a sell, and NQ also was a sell. You can see sell signal all over the place. Gold, if you're trading the gold, we've been selling off all day, and we will try to trade the gold back in London. I don't want to trade it now because usually the market is slow in Asia, so it's better to focus on pound yen, dollar yen. Yeah, all the yen pair is our focus.
And we got the start of trade in Hong Kong and China markets on this Tuesday, and the Hang Seng Index is continuing to lose altitude. This is after a softer close yesterday. The Hang Seng Index opening lower by 1%, 24,710. We have 8 shares down 1.1%, and it is the Hang Seng Tech Index that is the laggard today, down 1.5%. Let's take a quick look at some of those heavyweight stocks. We got Tencent shares down 2%, Alibaba off 2.7%, Meituan down more than 2%, and Xiaomi shares down about 0.5%. A couple of these stocks will be reporting this week, including Meituan and Kuaishou, so we are going to be keeping track of those. These are the bunch that are going to be reporting today. Xpeng is the only outlier here, gaining almost 1% at 186 and change. We got losses across the board for the other three, close to 1% or more. The new blue chips that were announced at the weekend, they continued to advance. So we want to check in on the likes of JD.com and NetEase, China Resources Beer, and ENN Energy. Yesterday, they all gained between 1% and 3%. Now, what's important to note here is that MSCI is going to be starting to track the internet companies like JD.com and NetEase, these giants, based on their Hong Kong listed shares, moving away from watching the U.S. trades. This is going to be shifting liquidity from the U.S. to here in Hong Kong, and this goes into effect on December the 2nd. So this would match what they had done, similar moves with that of Alibaba earlier in the year. And so we are looking at the likes of NetEase and JD.com. We're giving back some of the big gains that we had in the market yesterday. We had NetEase gaining 3%, and we're giving that back today, 178 and change. JD.com shares down 3.6%. That's a look at what's happening here in Hong Kong. Let's get over to Sam. She's got her eyes on the Chinese markets, traded now for about 2 minutes. Good morning. Over to you.
Good morning, Em. Thanks very much for that. And as expected, we are seeing a softer start to trade for mainland Chinese shares. This morning, we're seeing the Shenzhen Composite sitting down around 0.3%. So a bit of a reversal of those gains we did see yesterday. We are tracking how investors certainly digest the latest policy stance coming from Chinese authorities, because following on from that Q3 monetary policy report that came out by the PBOC, which certainly lifted mainland Chinese shares yesterday because of some of the changes around the wording in that report, we've now in the latest seen the State Council coming out with a notice on improving policy support specifically for these small to medium-sized businesses. And they are actually calling on various departments like the PBOC to certainly jump on board and really work together on this. It did talk up how SMEs are really an important part of economic growth and also social development in China, but it did acknowledge the headwinds that these companies have been facing lately with these cost pressures like high raw material costs, labour and also transport costs. And so some of the key takeaways from this notice were certainly to strengthen direct financing support for these SMEs, to reduce more taxes and fees, help them get listed on the stock exchanges, because of course we know the Beijing Stock Exchange was recently set up specifically to serve those SMEs at this time. They're also calling on monitoring prices to prevent any sort of hoarding of goods in tight supply, but also to support employment, which we know is a big focus for the government right now. Now, economists have pointed out that while these measures are certainly nothing new, it is a pretty comprehensive list of policy measures that they are looking to put in place, particularly at a time when this particular sector, these small to medium-sized enterprises, are pretty vulnerable. They have been harder hit by the pandemic. So keeping tabs on all of that today. Em, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Sam. And let's get to Charlene Chu. She's a China macro financial senior analyst at Autonomous Research and joins us live from Washington, D.C. Charlene, a very good evening to you, your side, and thank you for joining us today. If I can start our conversation about the central banks, the PBOC, because, of course, it is a hot topic given that we had just the appointment of Jay Powell, or his reappointment for another 4 years. So we'll stick with the central bank theme. Is the PBOC...
Okay, guys, so we post early on the chat room to read Eurobound short, and we are up 23 pips right now. And here is our stop and our target. And also the dollar franc, I posted only early, and it's also, we are 33 pips. Sorry, the mic was off. So I post dollar franc early on the chat room, and we are up 33 pips. And here's our stop, our target. So it worked very good so far. And the first trade, it's euro bound. So the euro bound also, we busted early and we are up 23 pips. So we are in 2 trade right now on Forex, and if I see anything or any new trade, I will post it on the chat room. And I will keep my eye on Aussie yen for any pullback, pound yen, dollar yen. So when I see everything red, I'm looking for a short. Everything is green, I'm looking to buy the dip. And this is basically that's it for now in Asian session. Okay, so I will be back in London live and stay with us on the chat room. So if I have any new trade, I will post it. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in London.